Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified of future videos. This is the T block. It finishes at 12 inches. Here is the diagram. And the T's are split. So this is a T, and this one is red and green, and this one is green and blue, and this one is dark blue and light blue, and so on. So it's kind of a split T. Here are 4 blocks set block to block. We have 3 patches. The first one, patch A, is a 2-inch finished square. We cut 2.5-inch squares. We'll need 1 patch from each of the accent fabrics. Here is the AccuQuilt die that will cut this. Patch B is a 2-inch finished half square triangle. We cut 2 7/8-inch squares, cut them in half once on the diagonal for 2 patches. We'll need 8 for the background and 4 each for the accent fabrics. Here are the AccuQuilt dies that will cut this. Patch C is a 4-inch finished quarter square triangle. We cut 5 1/4-inch squares, cut them in half twice on the diagonal, and we'll get 4 patches. We'll need 8 patches for the background and 3 each of the accent fabrics. And here are the AccuQuilt dies that will cut this. When you are piecing this block, everything is kind of coordinated. If you look at this T, it is green and red, and it has to correspond to this unit. This is a quarter square triangle unit, so it has to be in the same place as this unit up here. You see this corner unit has red and green. Then the green is here, and then the green and blue is here. So you have to keep track of where you place these and where you sew them. And I'm going to start with the center square and sew it how I want it, and then everything else will come off of that center square. And you'll see it as we go along. Here are the fabrics I've chosen. I have 4 different accent fabrics and the background fabric. We'll start with step 1 and piece the quarter square triangle that is the center unit. For this one, we'll take 1 accent fabric of each color, and this is where you'll have to look at your picture. So in this picture, I have the red on top, then the green is on this side, the dark blue, and the light blue. So we'll start by sewing the quarter square triangle in the center like this. You stitch these 2 together and these 2, press the seams open, and then stitch the halves together, and you'll have your quarter square triangle finished. The next thing we'll do is step 2. We're going to take a square and 2 background half square triangles. Sew the first half square triangle on this side, press it, and then sew the second one on this side, and then press. We're going to do this for all 4 squares. At this point, it doesn't matter which ones you're piecing because the squares are all different colors. So here's the square, and here are the 2 half square triangles. They'll go like this. And when we put them together, they'll be a big triangle. And we'll start by sewing this one first. So we flip this over and match this side, and then stitch your 1/4 inch. Press your seams open, and do that for all 4 of your squares. So these are done, and they're pressed open. And take this next half square triangle. It will be stitched like this. Flip it over, match this edge and this edge, and then stitch your 1/4 inch. Do that for all 4 of your pieces. These triangles in the corner are done, so we'll put those to the side. Now this is where we have to start paying attention to fabric placement. I'm putting the quarter square triangle here in the middle, and it's facing how it is in the diagram. So I have my red fabric at the top and the blue at the bottom. We're going to look at this corner unit. Here are the squares and half square triangles we just pieced that made this triangle. Now we need to take these C patches and make the other side of this triangle. In this first corner, it has the blue square. So we're going to take the blue square and just put it here for reference. And on this side is the red triangle, quarter square triangle, and on this side is the green quarter square triangle. So you can see how these are going together now, the red with the red and the green with the green. And now to stitch this, you flip this over and match all three sides, and then stitch your 1/4 inch and press your seams open. And I would recommend to do one at a time. And here is the piece. Now we'll flip this over, match all three sides, stitch a 1/4 inch, and press the seams open. And here's our first corner unit. Now take each one of these separately and do them the same way. Just put them where they belong, match the pieces. So in this case, this will be the red and this will be the light blue. So you'll stitch those together the same way and do all 4 of your corner units. Okay, you can start to see the block forming now, and this is the way you can check. So all the blues are together, the light blues, the reds, and the greens, so you know you're on the right track. So let's put these off to the side. Now we're going to make the flying geese units. We'll take the patch C, which is the geese part of the flying geese, and 2 of the same fabrics, the half square triangles, and piece them like this. We'll make a total of 8. We'll have 2 of each color. I always start on the right hand side, flip this over, match this side and the bottom, stitch your 1/4 inch, press the seam open, and then do the same thing on this side. And you'll have 8 flying geese units. Once you finish the flying geese, you'll sew them together in pairs like this and press the seams open. And these make the side units. Now we'll just put the block together. We'll sew the top units together, the middle units, and the bottom units all together. Then sew the rows together and your block will be finished. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified of future videos.